I just finished playing Omori on Steam, a game that takes you through layers of grief, guilt, and trauma. I don't really remember how I came across Omori, but what pulled me in was the art style. Hand-drawn, innocent in some parts, unsettling in others. After finishing the game, I found myself sketching one of the characters from the game in one of his darkest and most vulnerable moments. To begin, I tested out different marker colors to find the right palette for this scene, and started coloring. I then outlined the character with a black pen and added some details that seemed fitting. For the floating eyes, I smudged the pencil shading to erase the pure white, giving them a gray, haunted look. A rookie mistake I made, I forgot to put something under the page, so the marker bled onto my desk mat. It was also hard to get removed. However, after finishing the sketch, I cut out the pieces and the vision I had started coming together. I wanted to build something more immersive. So the next step was to find the right book to use for this project. I found one that would work perfectly. All what's left was to paint one of the pages completely black. It wasn't dark enough at the first round, so I layered over it again to make sure it was the right tone. Then I had an idea. What if I created a layered 3D dimension? I began preparing a second black background, but my marker started to dry out. I had to compromise with different shades, and in hindsight, that variation actually worked better. I drew and cut circular shapes, and this was the result I was looking for. After assembling all the pieces with glue, this was the final result. I didn't want the other page to remain empty, so I wanted to recreate another scene where Omori stares into the mirror. This time I used a blue marker to capture the background. Luckily, the marker held out. I added in some background elements from the game. Subtle things, but not too distracting. Drawing Omori was one of my favorite parts of this project. If I had a dream project, it would be working on something like this game, where every visual choice, every extended moment, and every musical note contributed to telling a deeply emotional story. After finishing Omori, I wanted to include the shadowy figure that appears in his world. I won't spoil anything here, but let's just say it was important to include this piece. Once all the pieces were completed, I cut both of them and glued them down onto the background. And the second art piece was finally completed. Here is a side-by-side on what they both look like compared to the original ones from the game. Omori is one of the few games that made me stop and sit with my emotions. It's not easy to play. It reminds you that healing isn't linear, and sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create within ourselves. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps support what I'm doing. And if you haven't played Omori yet, I recommend going into it with an open heart and a strong mind. I've also heard that the creators might be working on a new title soon, though I'm not too sure if there is anything confirmed yet. Fingers crossed. Thanks for watching and take care of yourself.